This girl made a huge mistake, and this is a cautionary tale for narc abuse survivors or scapegoats in a family. So let's watch, and then we'll talk about how this is the last thing you want to do.
I have schizoaffective disorder, and every night I pray that the next morning my family will wake up and have completely forgotten that I have that diagnosis. Like, low-key, me telling them that shit, looking back, it was self-harm. Because the way they use that information against me is insane, dude. Like, it's truly insane. Now when I call out their bad behavior, it's, did you take your antipsychotics today? Bitch, did you? I can share. I say, you did this and it hurt me. You have a pattern of doing this and it hurt me. You're schizo. You're in psychosis. Bitch, I'm not... anything I say that they did bad, that they did wrong. That was just an example of how I was in psychosis 100% of the time for the first 18 years of my life. None of it was real. It was all the psychosis. It was all the... If you have a toxic family and you have any sort of psychotic disorder, don't tell them. Don't tell them about it unless you really have to.
The scapegoat, you have to understand, and it's so hard to understand because we keep thinking that these people actually care about us. Like, we truly think that this is just a whole huge mistake, that they really do love us and care for our emotional needs, that they will reflect on themselves and how they hurt you and change their behavior because they love you and they won't keep doing this to you. This is why this is such a painful thing when you are the scapegoat in a narcissistic family cult, because they literally don't care, and you have to grieve that version of yourself. And I still grieve that version of myself who wants that family system, who wants that support emotionally and just, emotionally, and for them to be there for you. And this girl is just it hurts. It's so hard to see that she really thought that they would be there for her, but instead they weaponized her disorder. I told them, hey, I got diagnosed with this, thinking that they would have the empathy to reflect and be like, oh, okay, she thought that they would become aware of her disorder and that her mental state is kind of fragile, and that they would move accordingly, that they would treat her better because they care for her and they love her. When in reality, that was just the perfect ammunition for them to then just dump everything back onto her. Whenever she keeps calling them out, hey, you did this, oh, well, it's your disorder. And they even went to the point of saying 18 years of that emotional neglect and abuse, oh, that was all your fault because you had the disorder, instead of thinking that maybe that was the effect of them treating her that way. It's absolutely horrid, so sickening. And this is why it's so crucial, so important for scapegoats, for those who are part of a family cult, that you just don't go to the people who hurt you with what they hurt you with the effects of it. And it really sucks to suffer in silence or to be alone, or we have to find avenues and safe places to express that vulnerable side of us. We can't go to those people and with our vulnerabilities at all. It just reminds me of when someone narcissistic person in my life, they did something really bad, and so their enabler, who's another close person, this is all part of a family, they came to me because I was super upset at dinner. I couldn't help it. I was just not in the conversation, I wasn't talking. I just cried, bawled my eyes out upstairs, and was forced to come back down and just be there. And then after that, the enabler came to me and was so mad at me because I looked upset, and they were just like, how dare you look upset, basically. You should fake being fine. You should come and smile and look like you're fine. And I think it was only because my friend was there, and so they felt embarrassed because I was not happy with the family. And it just goes to show that they care more about image than more about your emotional needs. Why couldn't they come to me and say, hey, are you okay? I noticed you weren't okay at dinner. But instead they came to shame me for my reaction. I feel so bad for this girl. I feel so bad because on top of that, on top of the pain and the suffering and the emotional abuse and the ramifications and effect that they've caused to her, how dare they? They have the audacity to then come and then throw it back in her face for anything, so that they can not be accountable. They don't have to be accountable for anything because it's all her fault. This is Aisha. Here we thrive beyond the abuse. And so this is probably the number one thing, is to never ever tell them the problems that they've caused you, because they will use that against you. They may fake being a good listening ear. They might fake that, but everything you tell them, they're filtering it through a mind that's how can I use this? Oh, you're just giving them more information about you that they can then use. They might like fake being a good listening ear. They might fake that, but everything you tell them, they're filtering it through a mind that's like, how can I use this? Oh, you're just giving them more information about you that they can then use. This is something that scapegoats or narc abuse survivors have to get through your head, and my head as well, is that we will not be able to heal through the same people that hurt us. We think that once we get an apology, once they change, that we'll heal and that we'll feel better. It is all internal, so we have to cut that and grieve that version of ourselves that has healthy reconciliation, that has healthy communication, and a bond that grows stronger with the people that are supposed to be the closest to us. We have to grieve that version of us, no matter how long it takes. I've grieved so many of my siblings and my family, like, over and over again. It took me days at a time to grieve each of them after I realized who they were and their role in our family cult. And I was just crying, so upset, because I just had to grieve the sibling that I thought would protect me, the mother that I thought would be there for me, the sister that I thought would not, try to hurt me emotionally or, etc. The mother that I thought would protect me and hear my side of the story instead of siding with my brother when he put his hands on me and the police got involved. All because I wasn't, kissing his ass, and I was just doing everything he asked me to do, but I didn't do it right. So he had every right to just go off on me. But instead of, like, oh my god, I have stories for days. Like, instead of coming to me and saying, are you okay? I've never been told, are you okay, when I'm sad about the abuse that each and every one of them has inflicted. I've always been shamed and just yelled at or etc. for my reaction, for not being so picture perfect happy and not falling in with how they want to view themselves as such a good people, because you are the reflection of how and who they really are. This girl, she's got diagnosed with a real disorder, and they don't see that as a reflection of them, of the damage that they can cause to someone else. They see that as that's her doing. And this is where they have a disconnect, where they don't see the reaction to their behavior as them. Unless it happens to them, right? If someone does something to them or slights them, then it's all your fault. Then they have a right to react. But when it comes to you, it's just, you just can't. And I'm so sorry to anyone and everyone who's experienced this, and much love to you. But I just really want to get this point. I want to stress this point, that we cannot heal through the same people who hurt us. And yeah, I just hope that this is a cautionary tale for you guys. Again, this is Aisha, and here we thrive beyond the abuse, and we're not gonna keep talking about them and watching videos about them, the narcissists, the tactics that they use, and manipulation that they use. Here we're actually gonna figure out how to thrive beyond it, and heal together. So thank you for watching.